Hi guys, thanks so much for watching the Socialife, the place to be for entrepreneurs with a purpose. Today I want to talk to you a little bit more about our goal setting series. If you have been watching in the last video, I've been talking about the start of this goal setting series because I feel like this is truly the start to building your brand, building your business, and really hitting the ground running for wherever you are in the year. But generally at the start of the year, having you up and running by doing this in December. So all of December, I've taken this opportunity to just really kind of get you on track, get your goals in order, and I'm taking you through my exact planning process. So in part one of our last video, you saw that we started doing the vision planning and just planning your life, thinking big, dreaming big, and writing out our 10-year goal. So we focused on about 5 to 10 years. We went through each area, and if you're interested in watching that video, you can watch it here. And really what we were focusing on was just getting your big visions out of your mind, right? Because we have these big visions, but sometimes we don't write them down, and they need to be manifested so that we can actually put them out into the world and help our brains focus on what is most important to us, okay? So that's what we did in part one. Now in part two, what I want you to do, this is not necessarily the most fun, but it is critical. So one of the things that I do when I write out my life vision is like, that was great, but now I need to know where I actually am and kind of take inventory of what my actual set points are, like what I naturally do. So as an example, when you're taking inventory of each of those areas, you need to look at what are you naturally like, what kind of person are you when it comes to these areas. So as an example, since home is the first area, I'll use home. So I'm not an organized person. I don't have an organized home. Like if you open a closet, I don't know. But I'm not an organized person. So you have to be realistic about what type of person you are. So in this exercise, the first thing I want you to do is go through each of those areas and just look at what type of person you are when it comes to that specific area. So if it comes to relationships, maybe you're not the most thoughtful person. I would say I'm probably one of those people. I'm not the most thoughtful. It's not that I don't care about those people, but I realize I'm not as thoughtful as, say, someone like my husband. He's extremely thoughtful. He knows people's favorite colors and like what they like to eat, and he's just very good about being on top of those types of things. So when I'm being straight up with myself and I'm being realistic, I am not a thoughtful person. But if that's something that I strive to do, or that was part of my vision for myself, or something that is one of my goals later on in life, then I'm going to work on that, right? That's something that I want to keep at the forefront. So write down where you are in all of those areas right now. Like, what are you lacking in? And what is your reality? So you see where you want to be, but what does your reality look like right now? So write that down next to that area. And that's really the big piece of this portion of the goal setting process. And it does seem like it's a very simple process. It is, but also an extremely important part of the process, because this is going to show you the gap between where you want to go and where you are currently. Now in part three, we will go back through both of these areas, and we will actually fill out the connecting points to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And that's where the true process really comes into play, because you'll start to see, okay, I'm here, but what are some things that I can do to get here? And then I'll show you how we whittle all of that down so that you can really find the true objectives of what you're looking to do and what needs to be done to get you from where you are to where you want to be. So part three is a truly integral planning part of this process. So I hope you'll come back for part three. And if you haven't already downloaded the Socialife guide to designing your life and business, go ahead and download that, and I'll leave the link in the description. And if you already have downloaded that and you are on the Socialife Diaries, you will get the next piece of that workbook in your email. So I hope that helped you, and I look forward to seeing you next week for part 3. This is a very simple task today, or at least it seems very simple, but sometimes taking a little inventory of yourself and really having to look at yourself and admit some of the things that may not be like the prettiest aspects of you, it can be tough. So please don't forget to subscribe to the Socialife Diaries. You can go to ashleytate.com to subscribe to those. That's where I leave all of my dates and times that I'll be doing my live calls. Also, be sure to join the Socialife Tribe, which is generally where we do our live calls. So if you'd like to participate in those, be sure to join there as well. And don't forget to get the download in the description box below so that you can follow along on our goal setting series. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.